have something really special to share with you today because this isn't just content. This is part of my heart. I've officially published 3 books, and I still can't fully believe it. These books hold my thoughts, my prayers, my growth, my healing, and the quiet work God has been doing in me. Each one represents a different season of my life, a different lesson, and a different level of faith. Writing wasn't just about putting words on paper for me. It was about obedience. It was about trusting God with my voice. It was about turning my pain, my questions, and my hope into something that could encourage someone else. These books are for the person who's searching, healing, and trying to stay rooted in faith even when life feels heavy. They're reminders that your story matters, your voice matters, and what God placed inside you is meant to be shared. So let's get into it. I think Vanessa's journey is more than just a story. It's a piece of my heart, my pain, my growth, and my strength all poured into words. It's about what it feels like to grow up different in a world that doesn't always understand you, and still choosing to believe that your life has meaning and purpose. Vanessa isn't just a character to me, she represents every kid who has ever felt invisible, judged, or misunderstood. This book shows that being born with challenges doesn't make your life smaller, it makes your story stronger. Vanessa didn't choose her condition, the bullying, or the hard moments, but she chose how she responded. She chose courage when it would have been easier to stay quiet. She chose creativity when the world tried to limit her. She chose hope when people tried to make her feel like she wasn't enough. What makes her journey deep is that it's real. She doesn't magically become confident overnight. She still cries. She still doubts herself. She still has days where everything feels heavy. But she keeps going. Her strength comes from continuing, even when her heart feels tired. That kind of strength is quiet, but it's powerful. Her family plays such a huge role in her growth. They're her shield when the world is unkind. They remind her of who she is when she forgets. Their love proves that sometimes you don't need everyone to support you, just the ones who truly see you. That kind of love builds courage in ways nothing else can. Writing becomes her safe place. When she writes, she isn't defined by her disability or her struggles. She becomes an author, a creator, a voice that deserves to be heard. Her words give her freedom. They give her control in a world that often tries to take it away. Writing becomes her way of healing and helping others heal too. The bullying parts are painful, but they matter. They show how words can hurt, but also how words can save. Instead of letting pain turn her bitter, she turns it into purpose. She speaks up. She creates kindness. She becomes someone who protects others from the same hurt she once felt. That is real bravery. Each chapter shows growth. From a scared little girl to a young author who knows her worth. It shows that your past doesn't define your limits, it shapes your strength. It teaches that scars don't make you weak, they make your story honest. This book is about hope. It's about telling kids who feel different that they belong. It's about reminding them that their voice matters, their dreams matter, and their existence matters. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to be brave enough to be yourself. Vanessa's journey isn't just about surviving hard moments. It's about becoming someone stronger because of them. I think Surfiner is the kind of book that shows what freedom really means, not just escaping a place, but escaping fear, silence, and expectations that were never yours to carry. This story feels soft and fiercer at the same time. It's about a girl who lives in luxury but feels trapped, proving that cages don't always have bars. Sometimes they're made from tradition, pressure, and the need to please others. Seraphina starts as a princess who looks like she has everything, but inside she feels lonely and unseen. Her life is planned for her before she even gets a chance to dream. Being the only daughter of King Eric makes her feel like a disappointment in his eyes, like she's never enough because she isn't a son. That kind of pain is quiet but deep. It teaches her early that love can feel conditional, and that hurts more than being openly hated. The prophecy changes everything for her. For the first time, she hears that being born a girl isn't a weakness, it's a destiny. That a daughter can bring harmony and strength to a kingdom. That idea becomes her light. It makes her start questioning why she should shrink when she was born to rise. The hidden garden becomes her safe place, a symbol of who she really is. Wild, gentle, and powerful without needing permission. The sage and the stories of brave women make her realize that she isn't alone in her struggle. Women before her have fought quietly and loudly, and now it's her turn. The friendships with the palace maids show her real strength. They aren't royal, but they are resilient, honest, and fearless in their own way. They teach Seraphina that leadership isn't about crowns, it's about connection. Elas represents freedom in human form. He isn't royal, he isn't powerful, but he dreams. He sees her as Seraphina, not just a princess. Their bond shows her what love without control feels like. It's risky and fragile, but real. Loving him forces her to choose between safety and truth. When rebellion starts rising, the story becomes deeper. It's no longer just about her feelings, it's about her people. The whispers of the past, the queens who suffered in silence, show her that history keeps repeating unless someone is brave enough to break it. That someone becomes her. The festival scene is powerful because it shows her transformation. She doesn't whisper anymore. She speaks in front of everyone. She chooses truth over comfort. Even when her father's rage explodes, she doesn't back down. That takes insane courage. Standing up to the person who raised you, who holds power over your life, is one of the hardest things anyone can do. The moment Queen Alira defends her is emotional and healing. It proves that women don't have to fight alone. That mothers and daughters can rewrite stories together. Their bond becomes a rebellion of its own, a quiet but unstoppable force. By the time Seraphina confronts her father in the final showdown, she isn't just fighting for herself anymore. She's fighting for every girl who was told she was less. For every voice that was silenced. For every dream that was postponed because of fear. When she breaks the chains and claims her place as a leader, it doesn't feel like arrogance. It feels like destiny finally being honored. She becomes the queen not because she was born into it, but because she earned it with courage, compassion, and truth. The ending is beautiful because freedom isn't shown as chaos, but is unity. A council. Shared voices. Balance. It shows that real power is listening, not controlling. Seraphina is about becoming brave enough to exist loudly in a world that wants you quiet. It's about turning pain into purpose. It's about choosing love over fear. It's about proving that a girl can change the course of history just by refusing to stay small. Dare to be Real feels like the most honest story I've ever told. It's not about being perfect, powerful, or admired. It's about being human. It's about what happens behind the smiles, behind the laughter, and behind the image people see. It's about friendships that look beautiful on the outside but feel empty on the inside. It's about learning the difference between being noticed and being truly loved. This book starts with popularity because popularity feels like safety. When you're different, when you've felt excluded before, being accepted feels like winning. It feels like proof that you finally belong. So you try harder. You give more. You change small parts of yourself just to fit in. At first, it doesn't feel wrong. It feels like survival. But slowly, you start to lose yourself. You stop asking what you want. You start asking what they want. You stop being real. You start performing. The hardest part is realizing that some friendships were never about connection. They were about convenience. About what you could give, how you could help, how you could make others feel good. And when you stop giving, they stop staying. That kind of hurt is quiet but deep. It makes you question your worth. It makes you feel replaceable. This book talks about that pain. The loneliness that comes from being surrounded by people who don't truly see you. The confusion of wondering if you were ever enough. The sadness of realizing you were loved for what you offered, not for who you were. But it also talks about awakening. It shows how powerful it is to recognize your value without needing approval. How setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-respect. How saying no can be an act of love for yourself. How walking away doesn't mean you failed, it means you finally chose peace. This story is about choosing authenticity over attention. Choosing honesty over acceptance. Choosing yourself over pretending. It teaches that real friends don't need you to shrink or perform. They don't need you to give until you're empty. They meet you halfway. They protect your heart. They celebrate your truth. The chapters about self-worth are the heartbeat of this book. They remind you that you were not too much. You were not unlovable. You were not invisible. You were just giving your heart to people who didn't know how to hold it. Dare to be real is about removing the mask and finally breathing. It's about letting go of fake love to make room for real connection. It's about understanding that being alone is better than being surrounded by people who don't value you. It's not just about friendship. It's about identity. It's about healing. It's about learning that loving yourself is the beginning of every healthy relationship. This book is a reminder that the bravest thing you can ever do is show up as your true self, even when it's scary. Because the right people won't need you to change. They will love you as you are. And that's it for today, you guys. I really hope this encouraged you and reminded you that your story, your voice, and your faith truly matter. These books are a piece of my heart, and I'm so grateful I get to share them with you. All 3 of my books are available on Kindle, and I'll be putting the links down below in the description, so you can check them out whenever you're ready. Thank you so much for your love, support, and for always believing in me. It means more than you'll ever know. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys.
Bye.